Yeah, what is just this is already the case. Is already the case. And it is self-luminous. Luminous.
What's that noise in the
Yeah,
background? Is that like a dog or something?
I think this it's snoring. Which may correct.
Is that your auntie?
Yes. It's snoring.
That's cute. You don't have to tell her I noticed.
Yeah. Let me just try to maybe make it away. Okay. Yeah, totality is always shining. It's always the way it is. But there may be an imagination that I'm not yet there, which is also appearing in that totality. As totality is not separate from that, but itself as it is self-luminous. It doesn't seek, it doesn't search, it doesn't look for anything. It's already itself. Even right now, even before these words can be spoken, it's already there, shining. That's what you are. And that which is looking, which is searching, is an appearance. It's just an appearance. It's not what you really are. It's just an appearance in you. It seems to be there, but it's never really there. You know. So there's really no effort to be what you are. You're already dead without any efforts being made, without any steps being taken, without any uh, investigation. You're already dead. That's what you are. It's what you are is shining, is self-luminous, is is as it is. So what seems to be searching, going around, doing this and that, can also be seen as just what appears in it. It can be it's dreaming to be separate from itself. So it's just a dream. It's just an imagination. It's already not there. There's nobody to find this. There's nobody to do anything about this because there's only this. There's no effort here to be made. That which is looking doesn't make any efforts. There may be something that seems to be imposed in the looking that will seem to say, I'm looking. But the looking itself doesn't say, I'm looking. It's just looking, it's effortless. And it's not somebody looking.
There's something
It's
that
just looking.
notices, but there's something that notices the looking sometimes. What's happening notices the looking sometimes.
Yeah.
Maximizing that.
But the one
longer
who says, yes. Okay, can you continue? Yeah.
longer periods of noticing the
Yeah.
looking are happening,
Yeah.
which makes space for the light, which is everywhere always. It makes space for the noticing of the light.
Yeah.
So that doesn't come from effort exactly, but it does come from practice. It does appear to come from practice.
Yeah,
Like all things, it
at time,
grows like a garden, like all things, like a tree or a garden. It starts small and gets bigger and bigger and grows a little bit each time.
yeah. I mean, expansion. There may be expansion happening. Yeah. And at times, the local seeing or the local looking may be seen as well when there's searching happening. And that may seem to expand. And it can be seen that it's just this seeing or this looking is just everywhere. It's not just local. The locality was just imaginary. Same as you imagine that today is Tuesday. There's Tuesday, but you can't find Tuesday because it's just in the mind. It's imagine. It can only be in the imagination.
You're going in and out, and Kosi. About where you were out for about 20 seconds.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yeah. So this is not a human being. It's not uh, it's not a thing that can be pointed to. It can never really be held in view. It can never really be grasped. What seems to be the finder who wants to find it can never really do it because the finder is also an imagination appearing in it. So there's no finder and there's no finding it because there's only it. So it can only be it dreaming itself to be something other than it. It cannot be anything really that is separate from it. So there's no separation, there's just totality. And everything that seems to be happening is already an expression of that which is not happening. So everything that seems to be happening is seen from that space which is not happening. That backdrop and that which seems to be happening is the same. If there's anger appearing, where anger is seen from, that is not angry, it's just space, spacious. And that's what you are. That space where anger, frustration, weakness, hopelessness is seen from. It's just there stable, doesn't move, doesn't go anywhere. Boredom appears and disappears in it. Worry appears and disappears in it. Seeking appears in it and disappears in it. But it's as it is, it remains the same. It is the changeless, I should say, maybe reality, the unchanging, the unmoving, the one that is not disturbed. A huge noise doesn't bother it.
Another little 15-second gap. Huge noise does not bother it, you were saying.
Yeah. Huge noise does not bother it. Any movement that may seem to happen, this does not it does not get disturbed. Sickness may appear and disappear in it. So there's so much power there. There's so much power when you remain as that, not as the idea or as an imagination that appears in it, or identify with the appearances. When you remain as that, there's so much power. Anything may appear and disappear. Just to hold that space and just be that space, which you already are. Anything, it will seem like magic. Anything that appears, it is seen. It is always seen that it appears and disappears. It doesn't last. It's more like you're watching a TV show. Anything may happen here. It doesn't touch you. So that is always with you. That's your resting place. This does not worry. This does not get angry. This can never be hurt. This can never be destroyed. This can never die because it was never born. It is the unborn, the undying. It is ageless, fearless. And self-luminous. It shines without efforts. It is what you are, not the bundle of information. I'm referring to thoughts and information that's in all those ideas that I'm a human being, I was born, I'm living life, I grew up in a certain location. That's just a bundle of information. that itself as it is can never understand anything, can never get anything, can never find anything because it's just an information, it's not what you are. When the baby is born, it has no information, there's nothing. It's just spaciousness. It's just watching, but nobody's watching. There's no yesterday, there's no tomorrow. That's just what is. So when that is recognized, when it's recognized itself that it has never been an individual, then there's so much enjoyment that the activity is enjoyed. Mm. The story is enjoyed. The character or superficial character, which is never there, it's enjoyed. Mm. There's so much effortlessness that may seem to happen, or synchronicity, if I should say. So nothing is really happening unless thoughts say something is happening. So everything is okay. Everything is beautiful because everything is empty. The doing, they may be a doing, there may be a movement, but the doing itself has no doer. The movement itself has no mover. There's no one moving. The thinking, even thinking itself, has no thinker. So the thinking itself is just the way it is, and the movement is just the way it is, and the doing is just the way it is. But there's no doer, there's no mover, and there's no thinker. So you've never done anything. You've never been angry. You've never been frustrated. You've never suffered. You've never done anything. That's just what happens or seems to be happening. There's nobody behind it. It's just an appearance. Doesn't mean anything. Or I should say, it's neither meaningful or meaningless. It's just the way it is. It's not personal. So everything is okay because everything doesn't belong to anyone. Life doesn't belong to anyone. Life is just life. There's nobody who's living it. It expresses in an unlimited way. So when the body collapses, it is always noticed that there wasn't anybody. It was just life. So when it is seen that there's nobody, it is also seen that there are no others. There were no others. And also right now it is seen that there's no difference between the dead and the living. Because in the first place there were no people who were living. So therefore there are no people who are dead. It's just life. So there's no death. It's just life. Life is one. It's not separate. So everything is beautiful.
You just accidentally hit your mute button.
Sorry?
You just hit your mute button.
There's an alarm going on. Can you
I
hear
see.
it? Alarm?
No, for the most part, Zoom is pretty good at screening out non-human noises. There's a computer in the background screening out non-human noises. So when sirens go by and all that stuff, they don't get on the calls, even though it might be hard for you. So you need to wake your auntie up?
Yeah, there's an alarm clock ringing. I think she's in deep sleep.
Why don't you go give her a shake?
Uh,
All right. You're muted now. There you go.
yeah, she's awake. Yeah.
All right. It's kind of bright in here.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it's getting darker outside. Mm.
Hmm.
Did you manage to do those practices, astral projection we spoke about last week?
Oh. No. I guess I'm not,
I guess.
I tried a couple nights and I definitely was my awareness became disconnected from my body. And that was meaningful. But my awareness did not leave the location it was in the bed.
Yeah.
That part is like, okay, I just say, definitely. And, you can feel expansive, infinitely expansive. I can feel myself sinking. I can feel myself radiating. There's all sorts of things. I can feel like my psyche is disconnected from my body, and then I can almost swirl it around. Swirl it around what I still feel this sort of almost like landlocked element of it, but it was meaningful nonetheless. It's a great meditation, and I had some incredible dreams.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. At times there might be that floating sensation, happening, and you may feel weightless. That's the sign that there's a you're already in the astral body or light body. When
It
then you
occurred to
feel
me
light.
that occurred to me that we might have different semantics. I do feel like I'm in a sense leaving my body, but I never get the sense that, like I had the out of body experience as a child. I never get that sense, you know, like it's leaving, like literally leaving my body. The awareness is leaving my body, but my spirit is not. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but I couldn't look down on myself, for example. I have
Yeah.
memories of doing as a child. I get the sense that when you're talking about astral projection, you can literally look down on yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It used to like happen in that way. Like they would be
Come say hi.
floating.
Come say hi. Just come say hi. Sheesh. Melissa came in to grab a book. Very quickly say hi.
Hi, Gosi. How are you?
I'm good in yourself. Long
Good.
time.
I'm good. Yeah. How is the baby?
Yeah, he's fine. He's growing. Yeah, now he's I think 5 months.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm gonna share with you I'm gonna share some photos with you.
Yeah, I'd love
Yeah,
that.
he's looking good. He's looking good.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to see it. Okay.
Yeah.
Take care. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
He's going to be on YouTube for everybody to see. Sorry. Anyway, you were saying about astral projection.
Okay, I was saying
With regard to whether it feels like you leave your body.
yeah, I would like float out. But when it was a feeling of being out, then I couldn't see the body. I couldn't see when I look, there's just nothing. But I would feel that though there's okay. During those days when I was interested in that, I could feel that I'm just myself, but the body's not there. It's just so that's where I would pass through the walls, through the roof, meet meet with the deceased relatives, sometimes meet with other beings, visit other planets, sometimes get into ships, spaceships, all those things we usually watch on TVs and movies.
I did about 15 years ago actually also have a little bit of an experience like that. When I was on a high in terms of spiritual aptitude or something. I don't know. I felt like I left the body and the house. I stayed in the neighborhood and I visited all the souls in the neighborhood, and there was a Buddhist monastery where where the Dalai Lama used to stay, actually, when he was in Los Angeles. And there was just a cauldron of monks there, some of them quite old, from Tibet. I remember visiting their souls, communing with their souls. And
Nice.
I remember thinking that's quite, and the whole thing was very real, leaving the body and visiting the different areas of the neighborhood. I'd forgotten about that. Yeah. But then,
Yeah.
you think about it and you're there, right? The moment you think about it, you're back in the body.
Exactly.
So in a sense, I just feel like I don't know. I'm saying, am I astral projecting? No, you're not. But in a sense, I can really feel almost like I'm painting the universe with my soul, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like there is a place here, but I'm projecting the soul out, and that can be anywhere. And I've just had the urge, even before we started to talk about that, to explore that, and it's like I have this urge to almost do acrobatics with my soul. You make patterns and just like almost like an expression of the life that's happening, like a real urge to when I'm going to sleep, as if that's accomplishing something. So there's that.
Yeah, I must say it's a beautiful experience. If there's an edge that you like, want to do that, it's okay. It's a beautiful experience because when you're in that when you're that astral body or spiritual body, you can do anything. You can visit, you can go to under the earth, other planets, Moon, Mars, Jupiter, all those. But really, they are not, I should say, there's no distance. You just, as you were saying, you just think of a certain place you are there. You think of the body. When you want to come back, you're back in the body.
To me,
So,
the urge that I'm getting at night is to dance in the wordless.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
there's no physical plane that want to dance in the wordless. It seems meaningful to do so, just to be the witness of experiencing within nothing.
Yeah. You know, I've met some people who shared their experiences on the on when they were watching our videos. And there's a guy who said just couldn't find himself. So, and then he said, "Oh no, Gossi, when I was there, as that. No, there's nothing happening. There's nothing really happening. So I, I decided to come back. It was very funny what he said. But it's not really like that. It's just, there's so much beauty. There's so much beauty there because even what seems to happen is enjoyed. This as it is enjoyed. But when there's a dream of an individual, of being an individual happening, they may seem to be things that are not liked. These are not okay, things that need to be changed. But when it is seen from that, everything is flows really.
Yeah.
If something needs to get done, to be done, it gets done just like that. So when you give so much time in stabilizing that as that, it's things are seen as beautiful and things are seen as always new, you know, because they are empty. They don't have even the names. The names are just labels. They are no names. Everything is nameless. So when things are seen as they are so much beauty there. They are appreciated. Even the dust, the speck of dust,
So
the
do you know this
leaf
this
falling from the tree.
there's
Yeah.
this movie that's come out here called Barbie. Have you heard of it?
They,
It's just about a doll, a child's doll. It's it's an American doll that's highly criticized by feminists, for her unrealistic body and big blonde hair and materialistic lifestyle. And people give it to kids, to girls to, practicing dressing up and stuff, but it kind of, arguably kind of warps their perception of the world. But anyway, the company that then makes the doll made a movie, and it's an adult movie with with very strange themes. And so Barbie lives in this plastic world where everything is great and one dimensional and defined by the confines of toys. And then all of a sudden things start to go wrong. And she gets the advice from some sage that she needs to go to the real world. And this is like in American theaters right now. It's like the most popular movie in the country. And there's this
wow.
scene where she arrives in the real world, in Venice Beach, California, and then she's just looking around and all this weird stuff is happening, from the grittiness of the sand to the surf to the sun in her eyes to, beautiful people to ugly people to just whatever is happening. And she's just like in the film, like she's seeing things for the first time because all of the labels that she had, in her toy world, she's abandoning. And it would just like seem like just the perfect metaphor for, realization, because it's literally leaving behind everything and all of the rules that you thought that made your entire life, your toy life, to going to the experience in the moment of something completely new, with no preconceptions and no language for it. It's a movie about a doll. It's really good. Anyway,
Yeah,
it's it.
I think yeah, I need to watch it. Yeah, that's a beautiful movie.
I don't know if you ever go over to my YouTube channel, but I just dumped our whole recordings on there. And then I've been doing, yeah, well, of course you have, because I've been linking it into Michael's group. And there's all sorts of comments from people from all over the world in other languages and stuff, and homeless people, Poland and Italy, and just all sorts of people reacting to the videos. So they're definitely, and then some of them have like 500 views, so it's neat.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh.
You need somebody to get excited and start putting snippets on TikTok. I think that would be really good, but I don't have that much energy. And plus, the thing is, TikTok is for phones. And if we put it on the phone like this, then you and me are side by side, the length of the phone, which means like our heads are like this big on the phone screen, right? Somebody needs to somebody who knows how to do videos needs to rearrange it so that we're on top of each other, full screen.
Yeah.
Be much better, but I can figure it out, but I just don't have enough time and energy. And then somebody has to go through
Yeah,
and find good snippets.
yeah, what you're talking about, I've noticed that because some of the videos on the reels, you could just see, can't see the people that are talking. You can see the center, just start off.
Yeah. Yeah, a
Mm.
good video person would be able to figure out how to take care of that really quickly. You know who might be able to do that is Charlie Kremenak. Maybe I should ask Charlie Kremenak to do that for us.
Yeah, that will be perfect. That
Yeah,
will be perfect.
yeah, I'll ask him. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I saw Martha back in Iowa. So she settled in. Yeah,
Wow.
helping her mother out.
She's okay.
Yeah, she seems to be okay. She was all smiles. And her mother, needs some help. So they moved her into a place where she can get some help. And their
Mm.
husband died.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Mm. Yeah, maybe I should get hold of her because I haven't been like talking to her, yeah, for
Does she
some
even know
time
you
now.
have a son?
Yeah, yeah, she knows. She knows.
Yeah, that's good.
She knows. She knows.
I can only do so much Zoom talking in a week, I I Zoom talk all day some days. So my elective Zoom talking is whittled down to just this one. So I don't make the calls on the weekends very much anymore. Just once every month or something. Because I need to, be in the real world, be with my family and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, beautiful.
We put did I tell you we put a bathtub in the backyard?
Yeah, I remember you told me. You told me that.
Yeah. So you take a
So,
bath and just look up at the stars and the trees. It's like a whole ring of trees that go around like this, and then the stars. It's just beautiful. Nobody can see you.
wow.
Yeah.
So at times you may even put a warm water just to like relax in there and watch the stars.
Yeah.
Wow, nice.
And that's all we do. I mean, we don't really, we don't use soap out there and take a real bath because we don't want to dump soap into our yard, but just warm water
Yeah.
and relax. Yeah.
Yeah. That's another beautiful way to meditate.
Yeah. Looking, I mean, and it's really nice because, you know, to look at the stars, you have to be on the ground. Or have to be so your head's pointed up. So it's the perfect, like most relaxing way to sit with your head looking up like that. As opposed to the ground where you have bugs and mosquitoes. If you're almost all underwater, then nothing is bugging you. So
Yeah.
just sort of floating.
Unless they come for the head.
Unless they come for your head, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a problem. Squirrels have been taking issue with my meditation lately. Squirrels, right? You have squirrels.
Skulls, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know skulls.
they're very territorial. And there's a ton of them in our backyard, and they like to chase each other around and stuff. And sometimes they charge me. Sometimes they throw things at me. They go up into the trees and they unravel the walnuts and then flick the walnut stuff at me. I don't like squirrels in my house, and they don't like me in their house either. So it's a problem.
Maybe they are able to sense that you don't like them.
I don't mind the squirrels. I don't mind them at all. I just don't like them in my
Yeah.
attic. But I don't. They're just. It's really intense sometimes because they'll stare me down. Right. Sometimes if there's one in front of me or in a tree, I'm meditating.
Mm.
They'll just stare at me. Just still for a good sometimes a minute and a half. Just seeing the.
Yeah.
And we go bah, and then they'll go ah, and start hopping between the trees.
Are
But
they
somehow,
sometimes disturbing you?
well, it's not too much. But sometimes, when you're just looking at a squirrel intently in its eyes, that's a pretty intense meditation too. You know. I like to think they're helping out. They're part of what
Yeah,
needs to happen.
yeah, everything is helping you. Everything that seems to be bad is there to help.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
at times when something seems to happen, there may be maybe or a little self-inquiry. It's if this is happening, then who is it happening to? Who is suffering? Who's the sufferer? So I would say it's there to help uh, you to see that it's just a dream. It's not real. It's unreal. There's no sufferer. There's no doer. There's just this totality. There's no separate doer of things, but there is a doer of everything. The separate doer who seems to be an individual doesn't exist. It's just everything, doing everything. See yourself everywhere. Driving a truck, driving a bus, driving a boat. As a pilot, as a squirrel, lion, a bird in the sky, everything. So there's no judgment. It doesn't arise. Somehow, when there's judgment happening, that may seem to make the imaginary separation, or that may seem to prolong the imaginary separation, because you when you judge, you see something different than what you are. You know, it's because really, when you judge, you're actually judging yourself, because there's nobody else but yourself. It's just this, which is your own self. So you don't have everything. You don't have anything because everything is you. Everything is already what you are. So there's no world. There's just this appearing as anything, appearing as all things. It's just unity of all things. No one to get anything. No one to to find anything. No one to possess anything. Just this. Simply this. And this doesn't fear anything because it's the only thing there is. How can it fear itself? So fear doesn't arise. But if the car comes towards this body, the body may avoid that. May not because there's fear. It's just what happens. In the same way, when you chase some animal, it runs away. Not because it's fearing, it's just what happens. You know, because it's just totality. It's just everything. Yeah. The story itself is beautiful, is not judged, because the story is an expression of everything, is everything. So this dreaming itself to be a separate self, to be somebody other than itself, it's beautiful as well. It's beautiful. That's not judged as well. It's like accepted as it is. Even even the desire to find the totality is okay. The journey, the journeyless journey to find that all there is, it is also enjoyed and it's beautiful. It's not the separate self who enjoys the journey to find that which is already here. It is the totality enjoying itself, playing as somebody who's other than itself, somebody who's different from. So that's that process, or that seems to happen, is enjoyed by totality. If somebody says, "Oh, I enjoy doing meditation," it's the totality saying that. It's not somebody. I enjoy playing soccer. I enjoy watching a movie. I enjoy um, astral projecting. It's just everything. There's only everything. There's nobody there to enjoy or to do anything. There's just totality. So the world is not as it seems to be. The world is beautiful. It is always seen as beautiful, and everything is okay because everything is this. There's no separation. There's no dividing line. There are no individuals. When there's no one living, and there's no death, there's no one to die. There's just life all the way. There's no beginning and there's no end to this. Expressions might be different, or when this life ends, when the life stops expressing in the body, it may express in a circular uh, environment where there's, or like for instance, in a light's body, it may also express in that meeting what's so-called or apparent other beings in their light bodies. So that's also an expression of this as well. So life never ends, continues. Like in a dream, you dream so many different dreams. So continues like that. Dreams are not always the same. Yesterday was not the same. It's not the same as today. And tomorrow will be different as well. So, yeah, but it's still an expression of what is the unchanging. Something watching as a backdrop there was not affected by anything, any movement, any transformation, any changing happening. It's just there. watching the body collapsing, watching the movement of so-called astral to other dimension, watching everything and enjoying. Sometimes when there's only watching, there may be a desire to experience that which is being watched. Then that is when a dream comes into to play. Then that is when the dream begins. So when you're watching something, then when you're experiencing, that's when you're in that scenario, it's different than when you're watching, just watching.
How many lives have we forgotten? How many dreams have we forgotten?
Yeah.
All of them. Pretty much.
Yeah, a dream without a dreamer.
I should get going on Kosi.
I think you're frozen.
Yeah. Can you see me now? You're frozen too. Are you there? There you are. Another little 15-second break. So next week I'll be going to DC on Monday. So I don't know if I'll be available for well, 8 o'clock I should be available. I should be able to get back. But I'll text you and let you know if I need to move it or not, based on what happens there.
Okay.
Be with some muckety mucks.
Yeah. Safe trip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was
Safe trip.
beautiful tonight in Kosi.
You're welcome. Yes.